With another day of more than 1,000 new COVID cases, Oregon is rushing headlong into a very dangerous time, said Governor Kate Brown and her medical advisors. The hospitals are filling up quickly. Emergency room doctor Esther Chu pleaded with the public to stay home and talked about patients dying without family in the hospital.
It has been really hard for me to see people in the hospital isolated and alone like that. I'm sorry. Many of you cheered and rang bells and put up signs calling us heroes. And we're so grateful for that. Right now, we're asking you to be our heroes.
As part of that, Governor Kate Brown announced new restrictions statewide to slow the spread of the virus. The governor's new order includes no more than 6 people during social gatherings, a maximum of 25 people indoor at faith-based services or 50 out, takeout only for restaurants and bars, closing gyms and fitness centers, closing indoor recreation facilities, along with zoos, gardens, aquariums, and outdoor entertainment spaces and pools, limits grocery stores and pharmacies to 75% of capacity and encourages curbside pickup, limits retail stores and malls to 75% of their capacity and encourages curbside pickup there too. The order also closes indoor and outdoor event spaces, requires businesses to mandate work from home, and closes offices to the public. It also prohibits indoor visitation at long-term care facilities. The restrictions go into effect November 18th and last for 2 weeks in most places, but the governor said they will last at least a month in Multnomah County. The order does not impact barbershops, hair salons, massage therapy, and other personal services. It does not include homeless shelters, outdoor recreation and sports, youth programs, child care, K-12 sports that are currently allowed, and Division I and pro athletic exemptions, and also does not include higher ed.
I am not asking you, I am telling you to stop your social gatherings, your informal social gatherings, and your house parties.
In a change from the past, Governor Brown said the surge in cases is so serious, she will now use the state police to legally enforce this order.
I will take stronger legal action as appropriate. I've already directed the superintendent of state police to begin to work with local law enforcement to legally enforce the informal social gathering orders.
She said violators could be fined or even jailed. State Health Officer Dean Seidlinger said the virus is spreading through house parties and social gatherings and pleaded with each of us to keep the holidays small.
We will look at Thanksgiving and we hope people heed the advice and stay small. Learn how to cook their grandmother's stuffing using Zoom rather than kind of looking over her shoulder, and take this advice because we need you to. We know what the holidays have done before, and we know Thanksgiving is extremely important to everyone, but this is not the Thanksgiving to have like last Thanksgiving.
Governor Brown joined the governors of Washington and California, issuing a travel ban, asking that we not travel outside of our states unless it's absolutely necessary, and that if we do, that we quarantine for 2 weeks when we come back, all in an effort to slow the spread of this virus. I'm Pat Doris reporting.